Good afternoon, my little roast tatties. How are you? It's wee Paddy here from across the shuck, and you're very welcome to the channel. And I'd like to say a welcome to quite a few new subscribers recently, and you're more than welcome on the channel. And please partake in the comments down below. Now, I'm doing a whole lot of videos. I'm doing sort of one every other day or one every day at the minute. So I'm not getting the answer to all of them, but if you ask a question, I really try to answer any questions that are asked in the comments. So, what are we doing today? We're going back to that series where I started about 2 weeks ago. I said I didn't know how it would go, and it went pretty well. There was a pretty good viewing figure, so I thought, well, I'll give it a go for another couple of weeks and see how it goes. And it's entitled, as you've seen, Good, Better, and Best. And that is, I'm going to pick what I think is a good knife. That a next now, this is all very it's up to your own personal interpretation. I'm going to start with the cheaper model of a type of brand or a model, and then I'll go cheaper, mid-range, high range, but it'll all be usually under £100. So we'll start budget and then we'll go up. But it's up to a 150 maximum because it lets me have a bit of a scope there to have three knives that are the same in my own collection because I don't want to have pictures of knives. I want to be able to put them down in front of you. So what I've got today is small, stumpy knives. Now, this is going to be just one, but I just wanted to show you that there's two versions of this and either or, because this one is all steel construction and is quite heavy. It's exactly the same blade steel as the top one, which is a Heine Haynes exclusive, um, which is G10, which makes it an awful lot lighter. But the only thing is, the advantage of the steel one is on the back. It has got tip up or tip down. You can reversible. Now it's not reversible to the front, but it is tip up, tip down at the back. The Heine Haynes version of the knife just has tip down. So even that alone can put people off. And a lot of people I know like this because it's fully metal construction and it's a sturdy little knife, a great toolbox knife. That's what I would call this, is an excellent toolbox knife or an odd job knife. Um, as stumpy knives go, the ergonomics on this knife are amazing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out of the way now and I'll discuss. So it'll be either one of these knives. I'm taking this one because out of the three knives today, this is the only slip joint. The rest are all fixed blades. The other one is a locking knife, and this is a slip joint. So what do you get when you buy a Pilar? You get an amazing knife for ergonomics. I mean, it fits all four of my fingers, and you get a bigger hand on this, but it's a lovely big deep choil at the front here. And if you want to just get in and do some real heavy, gnarly twist, if you look at the tip on that, that's a good, solid, it's not a fine tip, but you can do a bit of light prying with this, and it is light prying. This is just a pen knife, all said and done. But it is a good, sturdy little knife that you can give a bit of a workout, and it will take it. You wouldn't be frightened of putting this in and giving it a bit of twerking, twisting, where some other smaller knives just wouldn't do that trick. Now, the advantages of having a little small knife like this for me is a concealment. This is a small, tiny knife, drops in your pocket. You would never notice, even in a pair of work trousers where you have 7 or 8 pockets. You can throw this in the bottom of one of them and you'll not feel it. It is so light and it's so easy, just easy to bring out. And it's an inexpensive knife that will do a job just as good as any of the more expensive ones that I'm going to show you. Now, this one I believe was about £29. I'm not sure. I didn't buy the other one, so I'm not sure the price, but I would say it's probably somewhere similar to that in dollars or pounds. Another option for a budget knife, and it's another good one, and it's this one. This cost me £17 off AliExpress. It's 440 steel. It's a good, sturdy, 4-finger grip pocket knife. Now, again, this is metal construction with bone, but the blade is just a little bit longer. The whole knife is longer though, and it's got the weight, which again, why I'm choosing this is it gives more options, more people who like different things. I love this. The tip down carry wouldn't bother me at all. I don't do tip down carry much, but when you've got no option for this type of a knife, I have no problems with it whatsoever. It's a good all-round work knife, and it's actually got fidget factor for for a slip joint. This is actually really lovely to use. You can just do that and close it, and you've got this opening. The detent is strong, so it's not for I suppose you could loosen the pivot, but I never would, to be honest, on a slip joint. This is a detent slip joint, so to be honest with you, I would just leave it the way it is. To me, it's perfect. And they all seem to be about the same standard of detent. Now, to move up from here, what are you going to get that's, and what I've gone, the medium price one, I've chosen one that's, it's gone away from, this is a solid little work knife. The next knife is not what I would call a work knife. It is a beautiful gentleman's carry, but it's a stumpy gentleman's carry. Beautifully milled pocket clip. I don't know what shape you would call it. I don't know where they come up with that shape, whether it was meant to be a foot or a cow's leg. I have no idea. This is a lovely little knife. And this is a flicker. So if you like the flipper, this is the knife for you. A lot of people would rather have a flipper than a thumb stud or whatever. So look at that lovely broad blade. This is an Aussie, and C8 seemed to do a good, I love this knife. I done cut tests and all of this knife when I first got it, so I know it's very good. Now, the only thing with this is it's only a 3-finger knife. Now, because of the girth of the knife, you get a solid 3-finger grip. I could work just as much with this as I could with the Pilar. This is the CH3005. You maybe have to go onto one of the sites, eBay or whatever, to get CH knives. I'm not sure where you get them in your region. Most of the time I used to get them on AliExpress. I haven't really looked. This was a gift, so I didn't really get it. But it's just showing you that there's different knives out there. Don't settle for the first one you see, and try to get one that will do everything you want. This is a perfectly good work knife as well as a gentleman's carry. And I know it's a stubby gentleman's carry, but nonetheless, I think it's pretty. This is real carbon fibre. Again, this one now has a frame lock and that lovely mill clip. It's just tip up only on this one, and you can't do it in the front. But again, this is a lovely, lovely knife. Whether you wanted to work with it, you can sneak up here, but bearing in mind you've got that blade there. I would do it, but I feel comfortable doing it because I pull back. And when you're pulling back, the chances of you slipping forward on the sort of light work that I'm going to do with this is next to none. I never have yet, but it's a thing. And if you're just about, be careful. But I say the 3-finger grip in this is absolutely fine, but that makes it very plausible. You could, I suppose, make a forward joil if you wanted. I've never felt the need with this knife because it just looks so pretty. I like that big full, it's a flat high grind. Well, it's not particularly thin, to be honest, but this is a stubby little knife. Look at that blade. That one again, light prying, whatever. I mean, this is just another great little work knife. And I love the fact that, yeah, and that carbon fibre is beautiful. And I suppose that first knife was about £29. These were, I would say, probably between 40 and 60. When you're getting them on eBay or whatever you get your CH knives. They do vary in prices, so worth looking out for on eBay especially, and getting them for the cheapest you can get them for. Frame lock is lovely. It is a beautiful flipping knife. It really is. Is it drop shotty? No, but you can push it over if you wanted to. But again, this small into your suit pocket, it's so slim, it doesn't matter whether it sits down the bottom of your pocket. It's not going to cause you any problems in your daily work. So there's we've got the budget, we've got the good, best, and now we've got better. And this is the top of the range that I have in Stumpy knives. And this is still probably this is about £80. And this is the Kizer Contrail. And this is a reasonably new knife. Sorry, I was cutting with this and I didn't clean it. Sorry, the blade steel, I did say Aussie on that one. This is a Contrail, and this is a much better blade steel. It's 154 cm, which is a really, really good steel. Was used a lot years ago. Benchmade loved it. Spyderco used it. A lot of the companies used it and are going back to it now. A lot of these companies I've noticed. And Kaiser are using 154 cm. Another, it's not a powdered steel, but it's a really good steel. And the reason I got this knife is I have never had 154 cm. And I got it, and it takes a screaming edge. It really does. This one is even, there we go, it's exactly the same size handle-wise and even blade-wise, there's not much difference. If I bring them out, there's not much difference between the Pilar and this, and then the CH in this. Again, not that much difference. The CH is a little bit bigger. This one has G10 scales, and on the back it is tip up only on the reverse side. It's not available on the front either. It's nicely detailed on the front here. I love the blue pivot that Kaiser do. This is one of the newer pivots. Again, this is lovely. Now, this is a little bit thinner behind the edge, but they're not slicing machines, and they're not meant to be. These are, again, look at that. It's a good sturdy tip on it. You're not going to snap that off just by doing little prying work you would do with this. But, you know, for £80 or, you know, it's going to be somewhere around that price for Kaiser. Their prices go up and down. And to be honest with you, any Kaisers that I would go to buy, I wait for the sales, because Kaiser are amazing on the sales. And you can get these in AliExpress, where I think you can even get them cheaper than what you're buying them on eBay. And that's where I tend to get them. And I wait for the sales and I get them. So, beautiful knife. Lovely jimping at the top here. Really, really nice knife. Now, it's a thumb stud. So again, I've give you a thumb hole, a flipper, and a thumb stud. That was by accident. That's just what they happen to be. 3 different things. I believe this is just stunning. Look, the Pilar is lovely, and the CH is absolutely, you know, a great little gentleman's carry. But for blade steel, for fit and finish, not a particularly beautiful pocket clip. But to be honest, if I was going to carry this on a regular basis, that pocket clip would just come off. I would just drop this in the bottom of the pocket. It's G10. It's not a heavy knife. You know, it is just a nice little pocket dropper. And this is a working, but it is a nice looking knife. Although it is only just in G10, it is a nice looking knife. I like it. But again, what I think I've done today is give you 3 knives. I'll just bring them back out on the table. I'll give you 3 knives from the budget to the next level up, and then so you've got good, better, and best. Now, that's my opinion, and that's based on price and steel. If the steel doesn't mean anything to you, then this is probably a knife that will do you for the rest of your day. It's HCR 13, it sharpens easily, it's a good stocky knife, CRKT, fit and finish, really good. You know, if you want a gentleman sort of stumpy carry, and we all have different reasons why we use knives, and thank God there's so many different knives out there for us to choose. Which one would I choose? I would choose this all day long, because this steel I absolutely love, and I want another knife with 154 cm on it. Without a doubt, it really just takes a screaming edge so easily. It's a bit like an edge you get on VG10. You know that sticky edge? You really get it on this. And I really enjoyed it. And even these markings on here, they're great when you have it in hand. It is a small knife, but I can get 3.5 fingers. But this little bit here does give you grip, and it feels solid. And you're right up by the blade, so you're close enough. You don't need to go anywhere. I just love the feel of this in hand, and also the blade. And this is a liner lock. So I'll give you all 3 locks as well. That's brilliant. I didn't even realise that. Liner lock, frame lock, slip joint. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that. There's 3 knives to choose from. Let me know what you would choose. Because in these, from 29 to 80, sort of say 30 to 80, It's a £50 price jump from this to this. Is the steel worth a £50 jump to you? Does this feel different? This definitely feels different in the hand than this or this. So I think there's a good choice there. Let me know if you've got all three. Let me know if you got one or two. And let me know if you got one and you've no need for another one because you like it. But the options are there, and that's the joy of, as I keep saying, this is a joy of our hobby. You can have so many different blade shape styles, and none of these are high end steels because they're little working knives. I don't need them on this sort of a knife that I'm going to use. I want to be able to stop it at the end of the day and be ready for the next day. I don't want to have to get tools out of it, goes blunt. These can sharpen easily. Each one of them sharpens incredibly easily. And if you can't sharpen, learn. Paddy's away. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this. You'll let me know down below if you did. Take care. Paddy's gone.